Alright, hello and welcome everyone to the Crimson Diamond. This is a text-based adventure game that is, as Chad has recently discovered, is fairly new-ish. I don't know... I don't know much about text adventure games, because I don't think I ever really played any other than King's Quest. And even then, I don't actually recall getting E Flask and all that kind of stuff. Because I started with King's Quest 5 or 6. And I think I went back and played the AGDI versions before I don't know if, I'm pretty sure I played the originals. But it was probably with a guide and like a one-off thing. I don't really know what to expect. I mean, I kind of know what to expect. I'm gonna type get ye flask on every screen. I don't have a guide pulled up, but I'm not afraid to use a guide if it comes down to it. This doesn't seem like it needs one though. We are gonna do the tutorial to start off with, because I don't know what I'm doing. So here we go. Here's the tutorial. Welcome to the tutorial room. My name's Nancy Mabel. I'll be showing you some of the basics of playing a text parser adventure game. Follow the text prompts at the bottom of the screen to progress through the tutorial. When you first enter a room, it's useful to start by typing look. Just start typing on your keyboard as you normally would. Try typing look. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna actually write some of these commands down, because otherwise I will forget. When you type look in a room, the game will describe important features. You see a cupboard and a green door. The game will also list the other characters in that room. Jack is here. Type look Jack to learn more about him. Look man or look person will work too if you're having trouble with names. Look guy. Jack is a tall, lean man with a shiny bald head. He is Mr. Richards' employee and is in charge of the cooking, cleaning, gardening, and myriad other tasks the lodge might require. He's weary, but still seems to be in decent spirits. Jack is somewhere in his 40s. Same. Jack is here to help with the tutorial. How do you do? Looking at characters at different points in the game may give you additional information. Try to talk to Jack and see what he has to say. Let's try talk to man. Hello, Jack. My name's Nancy Mabel. Nice to meet you, Nancy. You can ask me about this tutorial. Type ask Jack about tutorial. Ask about tutorial will also work. What about talk to self? That doesn't seem to work. Ask Jack. Ask guy about stuff. Sorry, miss, you can't ask me about that in the tutorial room. Oh. Ask dude about tutorial. The default movement method is click to walk, shown by the 2 footprint icon. Ask Jack about E-Flask. Blue in the upper left corner of the icon indicates where the target spot is. Okay. Or you can use the arrow keys to move around the screen. You can also ask me about inventory. Ask friend about inventory. Okay. Ask butler about inventory. Can't use butler in this game. Oh. Ask the hired help about the inventory. Can't use hired in this game. Okay. Ask Jack about... see if the inventory works. Okay. You can access your inventory by typing INV or I into the text parser. Or you can press tab. This will change to an I. Click the I on the items in your inventory to look at them. Issued the Toronto Eye from a few weeks ago. Check on the gray loop icon at the bottom of the inventory window. The cursor will become a loop. You can examine some of your inventory items more closely using the loop. You admire the minute dots that comprise the newspaper photograph of a round-cut diamond. The natural diamond described in the article would be an octahedron, not a affected specimen. What an embarrassing inaccuracy. Close the inventory window by pressing tab, the escape key, or enter. You can also examine objects in a room using the loop. Alright, by the way, I'm not being cheeky, I'm just trying to check and see what actually works when you type things. Because when I get to the main game, and I'm trying to, like, guess stuff, I'm a little intimidated. A little bit. You can also examine items in a room using the loop. Type examine the cupboard to learn more about it. Check cupboard is massive, with a set of double doors with paneling. Oh, interesting. Talk to cupboard. Can't do that. Look. Cupboard is made of. Alright, hold on. Examine. Cupboard is made of lovely fine-grained wood, though it's seen better days. Most furniture won't be that interesting to examine. This is just an example. If you're not sure what to do next, you can check your notebook. Try Ask Jack about notebook. Ask man about notebook. Notebook can be helpful if you get stuck. Tell you what you need to do next to progress through the game. Be careful, if you simply follow the notebook's prompts, you might miss important details. Notebook will be displayed if you type note or N. To your notebook pages, click on the green up and down arrows. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Close the notebook by pressing the X icon or the X button, the escape key, or enter. Thanks so much, Jack. You can also ask me about that cupboard over there. Ask Jack about the cupboard. You can open the cupboard by typing open. Type open door, it'll open the green door, not the cupboard door. Sometimes there will be more than one cupboard, in which case you might have to walk close to the cupboard you want to open. You open it. Looks like there's something inside the cupboard. If you look cupboard, the game will tell you what the cupboard looks like. If you look in cupboard, the game will tell you what's inside the cupboard. Search cupboard also works. Writing some notes. Whoa. He like doesn't, if I hit, like I tap right, she just goes. See. Look in cupboard. You see a green hat in the cupboard. Well done. Look hat. You see a green hat in the cupboard. That's my green hat. Try take hat. Take hat. You take the green hat. Congratulations, you've completed the tutorial. Open door to leave this tutorial. Congratulations, you're done. Open the door and walk out to leave. Thanks for playing this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. The tutorial has covered the most commonly used parser commands, but there are more to discover. Feel free to experiment. Open door. Sell green hat. If you're ready to leave the tutorial, either use the arrow keys to walk through the door, or click the feed icon to the right of the open doorway. Room reset once you leave it. Thanks for playing the tutorial. Leave room. Dang. Sell green hat. Can't use sell in this game. Alright, here we go.
Don't
Whoa!
want to toot my own horn, but
Yo, Seawalker. Long-time lurker. Thank you. Seawalker, and welcome back to the Crunchy Crew. We are about to begin a new game, the Crimson Diamond. Crimson, Ontario, 1914. Alright, here we go. Digging the music. Get ye fish. Whoa! Royal Canadian Museum in Toronto, Ontario. There you are, Nancy. This is it, what we've been waiting for. Far up north, a fisherman found a massive diamond in the belly of a fish. This could be a real boon for our mineralogy exhibit. We need something better than those dilettantes over in what? Over in geology? I want our exhibit to be the talk of the town. Too bad that we can't spare anyone to head up to the middle of nowhere on such a long shot. You could spare me. Let me go, Professor Plummer. It would be perfect. Everyone else is busy with the new exhibits. Well, I've just been learning the filing system. I could wait a day or two, couldn't it? Not usually in the habit of sending unsupervised young ladies into less civilized regions. But as luck would have it, the discovery was made near a lodge where I'm sure you could stay while you conduct your fieldwork. You win, Nancy. Get on home, pack your bags, and catch the train up north. Hooray! Thanks so much, Professor. I don't like this old man. Find something that can make a big splash at the museum, who knows? Maybe the Universal will finally accept you as a mineralogy student. Good luck, kiddo. I won't let you down. A few hours later. No murder in this game. Here's my train. And that animation was too advanced for 1985. This is it, my first trip out of the city. I'm going to make the most of this trip. Can't wait to see the rocks of Northern Ontario. Goodbye, big city. Hello, adventure. Tag yourself. I'm Guy with newspaper. I'm not actually reading the newspaper. I'm actually asleep. Easy. Rival? Excuse me, is this seat taken? There's literally a whole row missing. Like, ma'am. Not at all. Please have a seat. Thanks. The heck? There's literally a whole, row over on the other side. My name is Kimmy Kishiro. Where are you headed? Pleased to meet you. I'm Nancy Maple. I'm bound for a town called Crimson. Oh my, you've got some hours yet. I should know, because that's where I'm going. I'm a clerk from the Royal Canadian Museum. My boss sent me to check out the diamond claim up there. Hadn't heard of that discovery. Then again, I don't pay much attention to the news. It's a very strange story. Up by Crimson, a fish swallowed a huge diamond. A fisherman caught it. Sliced it open and there it was. This spectacular sparkling gem. Wearing the green hat from the tutorial. Can you imagine? I jumped at the chance to investigate. This is my first time out of the city. Couldn't be more excited. Where will you be staying when we get to Crimson? A place called Crimson Lodge. Ah, I'm staying at Crimson Lodge. I'm a bird watcher. I know there are nesting colonies of cormorants up there. That's what I want to see. I wanted to make a bird watcher joke from whichever Metal Gear that was, but then I forgot what Solid Snake says. He's like, yeah, I'm a... And she's like, and he's like, yeah, that's what I said. Anyways, I wouldn't mind seeing the Sulaks while I'm in the area. I'd love to see the big ships up close. Wonderful, we can be traveling companions. I'd very much like that. You and Kimmy chat amiably, I don't know English. What is this? For a while. As the day wears on, the rhythm of the train moving over the tracks and the monotony of the scenery lulls you into a deep sleep. I didn't make it past like 3rd grade English, so well, where'd everybody else go? The conductor announces Crimson the stop. Nancy, it's time to go. Aw, thanks. Oh no, where's my luggage? Not here, there's no luggage left at all. My field kit's in there, what am I going to do? Train will be leaving soon. Nancy, we have to leave now. No, somebody stole my luggage. I had no idea anyone else was still on the train. Hello there. Hello. Didn't notice you in the train, isn't that funny? Not really, I was in the first class car. I'm here to see the nestling cormorants. Is that why you're here? Cormorant? Is that a type of rodent? Excuse me, folks. Hey, I know this guy. I was sent to pick up just one person from the station tonight. Mr. Albert Respa. European fellow. Expert mineralogist on assignment. Hired by the federal government. On loan from Antwerp. Wasn't told he'd be bringing any secretary wives, girlfriends. Sorry for the confusion, sir. Jack. Sorry for the confusion, Jack, but we don't know this man at all. My name is Nancy Maple. My friend here is Kimmy Kishiro. I was sent from the Royal Canadian Museum to investigate the diamond claim up by Crimson Lodge. I'm here to see the nesting cormorant. We're both here to stay at the lodge and go about our business. Do you know which way it is from here? Surely know where it is, because that's where I drove out from. But I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, the lodge has been closed to the public for months. You didn't hear? My boss, Mr. Richards, he's getting on. He's done with the lodging business. All he wants is peace and quiet. But then this whole diamond fiasco starts up. Folks are all up in arms. He's not pleased at all, I can tell you. This gentleman is here on the government's orders. Mr. Richard can't do much about that. But you two... well, that's unfortunate. But you only have yourselves to blame for being uninformed. Let's be off, Jack. Good evening, ladies. The thing is, ain't no one's coming by here at this time of night. And the nearest accommodation is the lodge, which is a few hours away by automobile, even still. Look here, I'll drive you ladies up to the lodge for the night. Tomorrow morning I'll bring you back here so you can catch the train. As it is, Mr. Richards is going to be peeved about hosting unexpected guests. I mean, even more than he is already. His sisters came up from the city to stake her claim. And she brought a lawyer to boot. Come along now. Sure, I'll get those for you. Your trunks arrived a few days ago. Boy, they sure are heavy. Ah, yes, of course. Well, it sure gets dark here at night. Lucky for you, I've made this trip many times. Used to be, folks would come out here in the summers for recreation. Before my time, settlers came to this area in hopes of building lives for themselves. Once the mines were used up, there wasn't much reason for them to stay. Soil ain't that good. Have you seen any birds? I'm hoping to see some. Yeah, they nest up on the cliffside. Stay away, though. They don't like being disturbed, particularly during nesting season, which happens to be right now. So if you're so wild about birds, I'd let them alone. You'll do more harm than good. Besides, tomorrow morning I'll be taking you right back to the train station. You won't have any time to go looking for them. Any other diamonds been found around the lodge? First of all, no way to know if that rock even came from around here. I've lived in this area for years and ain't seen any diamonds, so know for a fact that I didn't come from these parts. Say that man cut it out of the belly of a fish. That diamond could have come from anywhere upstream. You folks are wasting your time, sorry to say. Who cares about shiny rocks anyways? No use to anybody. We shall see about that. Have a wary companions, resist your attempts at chit-chat. Seems like that Kimmy and Albert have fallen asleep, although it's almost complete darkness, it's hard to tell. It's possible for Jack to hear you from the back seat above the cacophony of the engine and the automobile rambling over the rough country road, so it'd be best not to distract him anyway. Here we are. Wow, it's spectacular. You know what? I almost don't mind having more bodies in the lodge. Feels not so empty. Feels like old times. Make yourself at home while you're here. Thanks, Jack. Welcome to Crimson Lodge. I'm going to my room. Miss Kishira, Miss Maple, bedroom is upstairs at the end of the hall on the right. Bedroom across the hall from you, that's Mr. Richards' suite. Try to keep quiet and stay out of his way, won't you? He shares the suite with Margaret. She's his lady friend. They're just friends. I'm in the bedroom right next to yours, along with Mr. Shaw. Albert demanded the use of my bedroom, so that's where he is. Don't know why he was so insistent, but the customer is always right, eh? Ha. That's the smallest bedroom and wasn't really meant for guests. Nessa's room is across the hall from Albert. Stay away from her if I was you. After I get this luggage upstairs, I'm going to start some supper. Wouldn't do to have you all starve, eh? Why don't you explore the lodge a little? Talk to the other folks. Most important, stay out of my hair. I'm a busy man. Not literally, of course. He has no hair. Oh, and if you want to shower tonight, use the upstairs bathroom near the stairs. It's very pink. You can't miss it. Wonder if Nat's still here. How many places do I gotta set at the table tonight? You and Kimmy head upstairs to your bedroom. You don't have any luggage to unpack, but you hang your hat and coat on the floorboard of your bed and consider yourself settled in. Chapter 1. Introductions. To move, Nancy. Or you can use the arrow keys. I should talk to everyone and get to know them a little before dinner. Notebook will tell you what you need to do to progress through the game. Type notebook. Or in when you need to refer to it. When you have lots of notes, click the arrow buttons or press the arrow keys to scroll through them. Essential objects that must be completed with progress in the game will be marked with XXX. Type review at any time to check your current goals. Seeing as if I lost my luggage, I don't have much to amuse myself with before dinner. Perhaps if I take a look around, time will pass a bit faster. Typing look into the text parser is a good way to get your bearings. Game has auto-saved. Wait, does it like save game? Oh, interesting. Oh. Alright, let's see here. Look. This is the bedroom you're sharing with Kimmy. A pair of twin beds and matching nightstands are set against the east wall. Kimmy has claimed the bed closest to the fireplace. Clever move on her part, as summer nights are still chilly this far north. A door in the west wall leads back into the upstairs hallway. Kimmy is here. Jump and fire. That doesn't seem to work. Go into fireplace. Can't do that. Eat fireplace. That doesn't look very appetizing. I'm just testing the waters here. Testing the commands. Poke fireplace. Search fireplace. Search room. Search Kimmy. Is that her name? Talk Kimmy. Is that her name? Hold on, let's see. Kimmy. Let's write down some of the names here. Kimmy. Never been to a place like this before. I'm excited to explore, and I love meeting new people. Yes, you are the inquisitive type, aren't you? Jack didn't invite you to introduce yourself to everyone else after all. It's only polite. I most certainly am. Would you like to join me? No thanks, Nancy. I'm exhausted. The baby ride from the train station has left me a bit frazzled. Looking forward to some peace and quiet before dinner. I can take a hint. I'll leave you be. Oh, one more thing. While you were asleep, Jack mentioned some old lodge brochures stored in the curio cabinet's drawer. They were meant for guests, back when the lodge was used as an inn. Even though we may not stay long, he said we're welcome to take them as keepsakes. Thanks, Kimmy. Notebook of track progress. Now that you've talked to Kimmy, it's marked with an X in your notebook. Stealth kill Kimmy. Can't use stealth in this game. Oh. Man, I just freaked out. My laptop started doing all kinds of weird stuff, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I spun the camera around in Final Fantasy XIV, and somebody is setting off fireworks right behind my character. And there's... what are they doing, man? They're having a 4th of July behind me. Our cupboard training about to come into play. Murder Kimmy. It doesn't accomplish anything. Search cupboard. Curio cabinet is locked. But I can see some lovely objects in there, particularly a beautiful matching pair of decorative silver steins. Look. Cupboard. Fancy glass pane curio cabinet is full of fine items. A pair of intricately decorated silver steins catches your eye. Look. Brochure? How do you spell that? I think Chad said some old lodge brochures are stored in the curio cabinet drawer. Me and Kimmy's bedroom. Open drawer. You open it. Look, drawer. Curio cabinet drawer is open. Search drawer. Curio jar stuffed with old brochures back from when the lodge was still being run as an inn. Take brochure. Sure? Pick up one of the lodge brochures. You can also ask characters about different topics. Try ask Kimmy about brochure, or just ask about brochure. Ask girl about brochure. I like brochures of places I visited. It was nice of Jack to offer the lodge brochures to us. Though I wonder if he's just trying to get rid of them, as the lodge is no longer in business as an inn. Type map into the parser to open up the lodge brochure and see the map inside. Or you can look at the brochure in your inventory. Map. Whoa! My eyeballs are burning. Alright, hold on. What room are we in? I think we're in guest bedroom 1. What room am I in? Well then. Look at map. Interesting. Eat map. Can't use what? What time is it? Dang. Time? Clock. What is the hour at hand? Sure. Look at hat. Trusty green hat hangs from brass footboard of your bed. Put on hat. Oh. Pick up hat. You take your green felt hat. Put on hat. You don't need to wear your hat. Put hat down. That course of action yields no result. Exactly, Claude. How can they do this to me? Put hat on floor. Put hat on Kimmy. Wear hat. Dude, I need to wear my hat. Help hat. Help. Ab Lodge. Look at all these shortcuts. Man, this is for speed walking or speed running. Repeat last parse. Look at fire poker. Look at fireplace tools. Shovel and a poker. Pick up shovel. Shovel is needed for proper care and maintenance of the fireplace. Oh. Pick up poker. Poker might poke through your pocket and puncture your leg. I put them on your back. Look at painting. A triptych of small woodcuts on colored paper hang in silver frames. Black and white photograph of a mountain hangs over the fireplace. Look at pillow. The beds have nice fluffy pillows on them. There's a pink and yellow striped pillow in the window seat. Pick up pink pillow. Pick up pillow. Once in the comfort of future occupants, you leave the pillows alone. See. What else we got going on in this room? Look at vase. Ceramic vase of flowers is glazed a pretty blue color. Open window. Open window. Can't do that. Search window. Look window. Let's see. Oh geez. Open door. Type helper H to open the help window. There's a list of parser shortcuts. Simplify using the parser. Example OD means open door. Nice. OD. Look. This is the northern end of the upstairs hallway. The door to the west leads to the master bedroom. The door to the east leads to the room you share with Kimmy. An impressive oil painting is mounted here. Upstairs hallway continues to the south. Map. We are, in fact... Okay. Fake painting. Where would you put it? What? On hat. Put painting in hat. Painting in hat. Look, painting. Matchful oil painting is framed and hung at the end of the upstairs hallway. Plaque reads L. Harris. Who is L. Harris? Oh god. Main menu, save load, just game speed and more. OD. Look. This is the master bedroom. Mr. Richards shares it with Margaret. You feel a little weird about invading their private space. There's a wardrobe and nightstands to the left and right of the bed. There are two doors to the south wall and a door to the east wall leading back to the hallway. Nobody here. Dude, what? That's so weird. She just walks weird. But not like in an anime, like she gets like stuck. Like, if you hold the button, she just gets stuck. Dude, what is this? Look. This is the bedroom Jack is sharing with Corvus. Judging from the crate haphazardly filled with clothes, Jack didn't get much notice regarding this new living arrangement. There's a large dresser set against the back wall containing many small drawers. There's a pitcher and drinking glass on top. You also see a low coffee table, a writing desk, bookcase, plush armchair, and a pair of beds. Door in the west wall leads back to the upstairs hallway. Take glass. Have you ever woken in the night with a fierce thirst? It'd be monstrous to take the picture of glass. Or glass. Sure, there are plenty of drinking glasses elsewhere. Maybe I should try the kitchen. Throw glass. Drink glass. Oh. Drink water. Not carrying any water. Look at water. Look at painting. Oil paintings are hung over the two beds in this room. One features a majestic mountain range, and the other depicts a tuxedo cat lying on grass, surrounded by flowers. That cat reminds me of the sweetest stray I've ever met. Tuxedo cat, just like that. My cat's sleeping. What is this? Look at drawers. Drawers of elegant polished brass pulls. Open drawers. All of them. Just open all of them. Every single one of them. Search drawers. After searching through all the drawers, you find moth-eaten socks, loose buttons, single shoelaces, and other assorted bric-a-brac. Nothing too interesting in there. Take bric-a-brac. Close drawers. I'll hide the evidence we're here. Look, mirror. Mirror has been cleaned to a streak-free finish. Jack sure knows his stuff. Break mirror. You aren't a vandal. Steal mirror. Take mirror. Either that isn't here. Let's see. Turn off light. Look window. Look desk. Writing desk hosts a blotter, a lamp, and a cup of pencils. Ooh. Take pencils. Never like getting smudges on your hands. Look. Right bed. Leather satchel on this bed. Look. Satchel. 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 There we go. Satchel looks like the type used to carry important documents. Open satchel. Corvus's satchel is locked. Take satchel. You know, the satchel probably wouldn't appreciate that. Sit chair. You sit down. Contemplate life. I can't spell that word. Elaborate sitting animation, true. Think about the future. Can't use think in this game. Put on hat. God dang it. Stand up. I can't move. Do a flip. Get ye flask. Can't use ye in this game. Search trash. Isn't anything in this waste paper basket? Let's see. Search box. If the crate has secrets, they will remain a mystery. Pretty sure there's only clothes in here. Inventory, examine, habada. We already did that. Wait. Map. Servants' quarters. I thought this is where Jack was staying. OD. Oh, yeah. Hawk man. Hello, Mr. Rezpaw. How are you settling in? Please, miss, I am very busy at the moment and can't chat. Is he putting all his stuff in the drawers? Who does this? Look. Small bedroom, humbly furnished. Albert insists on getting a room to himself despite its size. Furniture in this room is of simpler make, and consists of a wardrobe, desk, and nightstand. There's a pitcher and a drinking glass on the nightstand. Door on the west wall leads back to the upstairs hallway. Albert is here. Watch. What? What is that? Two identical large chests at the foot of the bed. And up. Search. Chest. What on earth are you doing? Get away from my luggage. Sit bed. Oh, that's not the bed. Stand up. Take glass. Jack left that drinking glass in this room in preparation for my arrival. Can't be surprised if you don't have one as an unexpected guest. Yeah, that's why I'm taking yours. If you want one of your own, I suggest you ask him. Search trash. Isn't anything in this waste paper basket? Search luggage. I tried. OD. Look. This is a pretty large bedroom. There's a love seat and an armchair arranged around a low table. There's a wardrobe, dresser, and painted cupboard. The door on the east wall leads back to the upstairs hallway. Sit. You like to sit on the armchair or the love seat? Sit love seat. You sit down. Stand up. Sit chair. Up. Sit bed. Fortunately, that doesn't accomplish anything. Search. Isn't anything in this waste paper basket? Search thing in front of me. What is this? Search armchair. What is vanity? Dresser. Painted cupboard. Search dresser. Open dresser. Salmon dresser. Open wardrobe. You open it. Search wardrobe. Wardrobe is empty. Suppose Nessa hasn't had a chance to unpack. Close wardrobe. You close it. Open drawers. You open it. Search drawers. Drawers empty. Maybe Nessa prefers to live out of her suitcase. Same. Close drawers. You close it. Open drawers. You open the drawers. Search drawers. Painted drawers are empty. Close drawers. Yeah, me neither. I always thought that was weird. Look box. Jewelry box is made of fine wood and has a brass lock. Take box. You're no thief. Open box. It's locked. Unlock box. Lock pick box. Okay. Look. Lock. Look. The upstairs closet is where Jack stores the bedding, towels, and cleaning implements. Some spare furniture is stored here too. See a huge wardrobe, a green trunk, and a blue trunk. Door to the east wall leads back to the upstairs. Map. Where are we? Ah, the linen closet. I see. Look. Bucket. Mop and a milk bucket stands in the corner. Take mop. That's Jack's job. Dance with mop. Dang. Put on hat. Sit. Sit chair. Open salmon blue trunk. Blue trunk is a bit battered. Looks like it survived an overseas voyage or two. It's locked. Salmon green trunk. Green trunk still looks sturdy, though it looks like it's seen better days. Green trunk is locked. Fake paint. You open it. Examine wardrobe. Look wardrobe. Almost wooden wardrobe has paneled doors and brass pulls. Weather sun bleached piece of furniture. Search wardrobe. Dusty, cobwebby old junk. There's a cane, a blanket, an old lamp, and some books. Take cane. Decide to leave the cane for someone who would need it. I need it. Take books. Bored already? No. Search wardrobe. I forgot what else is in here. Blanket. Old lamp. Take blanket. Take lamp. Old lamp's probably broken. Probably a house for spiders. Oh. You know what? I have to leave. Close wardrobe. Other candy keyboard shortcuts. Ask about, talk to, look at. These shortcuts. OD. It's the only one for me. Upstairs bathroom is decorated in shades of pink, green, and purple. It's a little garish. There's a medicine cabinet mounted above the sink. There's a door in the east wall that leads back to the upstairs hallway. Look, toilet. Full chain, high tank, porcelain toilet with a wooden seat. Look, trash. Waste paper basket. Pink bathroom is bright pink to match the decor. Search trash. There isn't anything in the waste paper basket. Search toilet. Toiler. Search. Toilet. Search bathtub. At bathtub. Far end of the room is a bathtub encircled by a bright pink shower curtain. There are bathtub faucets and a shower valve. Search tub. Bathtub is empty. Left all the doors open. See. Look. Spare room is brightly decorated and inviting. There's a love seat, a fancy lamp, and some decorative plates. Door on the west wall leads to the upstairs. Look, painting. Art Nouveau poster is an advertisement for Absthine, featuring an auburn-haired woman in a sheer robe. A robe, eh? Steel painting. Search painting. Dang. Look at bookshelf. Bookshelf contains a set of classic literature as well as a number of storybooks. There's also a framed photograph. Look at photograph. Photographs appears to be of Evan and Nessa's parents. Posed in front of the newly built lodge. You sit down. Look. Fancy lamp. Look, fancy lamp. Look, lamp. Floor lamp has a lovely leaded glass shade. It's painted many vivid colors. Stand. Leave room. WWW. What is this? OD. Ooh, we're outside. Look. Balcony provides a spectacular view of the grounds below. You can move further along the balcony to the west and the east. Jump. Jump off balcony. Fortunately, it doesn't accomplish anything. Put on hat. I'm disappointed every single time. Look. This is the front western section of the lodge. To the west, you can see the carriage house. South of here is the forest. East of here is the lodge's front door. I missed when video games had music. Here in 2024, when this game was made, they didn't have music. This is the front eastern section of the lodge. Stone path leads east to the orchard. South of here is the forest. West of here is the lodge's front door. What I actually meant to say was, it's playing out of my PC speakers on the motherboard. And you guys can't hear the music. I hear a jaunty tune. Map. Powder room. Parlor. Mushroom. The mud room has a tiled floor, making it easier to clean. There's a low basin for washing off boots. There's a wooden storage area with lockers, drawers, baskets, and cubbies for boots. Got to buy a sound card. Dang. That feel win. Door to the west leads to the main floor. Door to the east leads outside. OD. My goodness, it's dark as anything out there. I have no need to go out this way right now. I just wanted to have the door open. Right drawer contains some dried mud and part of a broken shoelace. Ah. I already spelled that. How do you spell cupboard? Cupboard. There we go. You open the locker. There we go. Search locker. Right locker contains more old clothes. Take old clothes. Close locker. Locker. Search locker. Old red shirt hanging on the hook in the left locker. Close locker. Open drawer. Search drawer. Left drawer is empty. Close drawer. Remember, you gotta always hide the evidence. Oh god. Look at hose. Rubber hose firmly attached to the spout. Turn on water. Turn on spout. Just leave that going. I hear voices near the doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Eavesdrop. We only just arrived, but I can't wait to leave. I've always hated this place. We'll get this whole affair straightened out and we'll be gone in no time. Of course, locating the will would expedite our departure. Who, Mary? Is that her name? Mandy? I told you, I don't even know if there is a will here. That does complicate things, yes? Well, you do your job and I'll do mine. Game is auto-saved. I like her face everywhere. Save. Nessa and Corvus. Scream. Ladies do not raise their voices, unless it's an emergency, of course, where nobody's listening to them. In those cases, shouting does help. Put on hat. God dang it. Look. Parlor is fussily decorated with elaborate wallpaper and a cushy carpet. Cut crystal bowl of Jordan almonds sits on a low table. There's a fancy pair of armchairs and a camelback sofa. Small bronze sculpture stands in an ornate cupboard. Blah 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 blah. Certain older woman, yeah. Tall, natty man. Hold on. Eat Jordan almonds. What? Eat almond. I must spell almond. Take almonds. Take almonds. Never knowing when a confection that could double as a small caliber ammunition might come in handy, you take a handful. I knew it. It seemed important. Fancy pair of armchairs and a camelback sofa. Door leads to Walnut, stern older woman with gray streaking in her brown hair. Tall natty man, striped vest. Sit. You sit down. Talk. Woman. Good evening. My name's Nancy Mabel. It's nice to meet you. Sniff. I'm Nessa Krabby, Evan's older sister. What on earth are you doing here? Are you another one of Evan's gold-digging girlfriends? Wow. Not at all, but I am a diamond-digging mineralogist. At least I hope to be. The government has sent a professional to handle that. Stay out of his way. Well then. Talk man. Hello, how do you do? My name's Nancy Mabel. Hello, Miss Mabel. My name is Corvus Shaw. I'm Miss Nessa Crab's lawyer. She is Evan's older sister. He gestures to the woman seated on the sofa. Here to advise her on the legal implications of the situation. Examine woman. Stand up first. Nessa Crab is Evan Richards' older sister. She is a stern, matronly woman with a look of perpetual displeasure etched into her face. Back in the city, you've seen plenty of women just like her, well-to-do and disapproving. Nessa is sitting stiffly on the couch and eating Jordan almonds from a crystal bowl. Wrote down her name. Examine man. Look man. There we go. Corvus. Hold on, I'm making notes of these people. Who they actually are. I just had names written down. I was like, wait, who are these people? Corvus Shaw is Natalie dressed in black slacks and striped vest with metal buttons. Seems like a very clever sort with quite a sharp tongue. You can see why he gets along with Nessa so well. And up. Put on hat. Look at vase. Vase is diagonal miter cuts, and a spreading circular foot. Search vase. Crystal vase is empty. Take vase. Vase looks heavy, and it complements the candy dish so nicely. It would be a shame to separate them. Take candy dish. Almond. In here, let's see. Armchair, sofa, sculpture. Bronze figure is the dancing woman lifting her skirts. Stands on a gray marble base. I don't see. Oh, that's over in this corner. I see now. I was like, where is this thing they're talking about? Open dresser. Cupboard. Open cupboard. Search cupboard. Type of kind of things. Launch brochures. Take brochure. You already have a large brochure. You don't need more than one. Or do I? Close cupboard. You close it. Think the water's still on? Sure is. OD. Look. This is a well-appointed powder room. There's a small storage cupboard and a green bar of soap sits on the pedestal sink. An oval mirror and a fancy brass frame hangs on the wall. Door to the east wall leads back into the main floor hallway. Open cupboard. Search cupboard. Cupboard contains extra rolls of bathroom tissue. Take tissue. Bathroom tissue is the best place for it to be currently. What if I need one? Close cupboard. Search trash. Missing anything in this waste paper basket? OD. What room is this? Billiards room. This is a rather large closet. You see some tools, a basket full of old, rolled up rugs, a gigantic wardrobe, and a worn cupboard. A sled, a shovel, and a mop lean against the wall, where the east wall leads back to the main floor hallway. I'm sorry, what room is this? Closet, okay, never mind. I'm one screen down from where I thought I was. There's a bar. Alright. Take shovel. You don't need a shovel, as Jack is taking you and Timmy back to the train station tomorrow morning. Take mop. That's not your job. Search bucket. The bucket is empty. Open cupboard. You open the wardrobe. Search wardrobe. You know a past game. This bed we made? That was a great game. I miss when we made beds. Wardrobe contains a stack of old cracked flower pots, a broom, and an empty keg. Take broom. That's Jack's job. Take keg. Certainly would not fit in your pockets, Nancy. It's empty anyway. Flower pots, broom. Can't think of a good reason to take the dusty, dirty flower pots. Let's see. Here's dusty. You don't want to soil your clothes by sitting on it. I sat on everything else, though. Take sled. This isn't the appropriate season to go sledding. Take saw. Can't use saw in this game. There's literally one right in front of my face. Open sesame. You open the cupboard. Search cupboard. Ew, I like this painting, whatever it is. This is a cozy bar, decorated in warm hues of crimson and coral. Trio stools are stationed in front of an elaborately curved bar. There's an oversized armchair and a striped love seat. Door to the west leads to the main floor, dining room through a doorway to North Hall. Stand. No? Dang. I can't sit in whatever that is. Never cared much sitting on tall stools. You know what? Same. This is a cozy bar, decorated in warm hues of crimson and coral. We already looked at that. Take wine. You aren't our lush. Drinking liquors is a bit much. I prefer a nip of whiskey myself. Take whiskey. There isn't any whiskey here. Let's see. Look at painting. Photograph poster advertising absinthe hangs in the corner. Dining room. The dining room is probably the last place I want to visit. Maybe. It's too much work to move my hands back over to the arrow keys sometimes. Billiard table dominates the center of the room. There's a cue stand against one wall and a card table nestled in the corner. The door in the western wall leads outside, and a door to the east leads to the main floor hallway. What if you're hungry? Eat feelings. Can't use feelings in this game. What was I looking at? Look. Billiard table. Play up billiards. How do you spell billiard? I-A-R-D. Play a cue first. Take cue. No one here to play with right now. Play by yourself. I don't... Bleh. Remember when Claude was 48 questions in with 48 points? GBA shows up and takes 1 point away. I'm not saying you just ruined his perfect score. Look at table. Massive billiards table dominates center of the room. Sit sofa. You sit down. Like how she turns around all the way. Oh, stretching my arms. And ball. Dining room is an impressive sight. Massive Persian rug covers the floor, on top of which stands an elegant dining table and matching chairs. Even if it's dated. You know what you should play? Draken. Is that the one? Did you ever finish that? There's a buffet and a display cabinet set against the northern wall. A pair of elaborate oriental genres and an opposing corners. Opposing corners. Me, Gungaga. Door to the west leads to the main floor hallway. You can see the kitchen through a doorway in the north hall and a bar through a doorway in the south hall. I forgot that was my cursor, and I was like, what in the heck? Display cabinet. Open cupboard. You open the cupboard. Search cupboard. Porcelain plates. Take plates. Hate to break up the set. Perhaps I can find less fancy plates in the kitchen. Wait, does that mean I can take plates from somewhere? Close cupboard. cupboard. Open cupboard. Dish and some serving platters. I'm tired of searching everything. I gotta be honest. I'm here to talk to everyone. Whoa there, I'm busy cooking up dinner. Get out from under my feet. Talk to Jack. Hello, Jack. How you doing? Do you need a hand? Nah, I've got everything under control here. You go on, talk with the other folks. Push Jack. What on hat? What hat on Jack? His head is cold. I hear voices near a doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Eavesdrop. So what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about it? We aren't going to do anything. Gonna stay out of everyone's way and wait for all this to blow over. But what if they find... Shh, listen. Want to talk, we'll do it privately later. Meet me in the study after dinner. Ooh. Study after dinner. GBA, this just sounds like an excuse. This is Evan Richards' well-appointed study. Next to an ornately carved fireplace, there's a fine tapestry depicting a forest scene. There's a display cabinet beside the fireplace. A fancy desk with brass fittings sits on the plush carpet. You surmise this room was once used by Evan's father. Doesn't seem to be in his taste. Door to the west leads outside. Man, look, it's the carpet. Look at painting. Tapestry's a little faded with age. There's still rich covers woven into it. Detail is exquisite. Look at moose. Oh, the moose head looks pretty impressive on the wall. I can't help but feel a twinge of sympathy for the animal. Search trash. Isn't anything in this waste paper basket? Yeah, that's... You just keep starting over. That's the point of the game. Just start over. Just keep going. It's a learning process. You write down the things you need, and you start over with the knowledge you've gained. It's like a knowledge phania. Metroid Brainia. A roguelike. Hello. A Metroid Brainia. Wait, you say you had issues with the shark, but you had an invisibility ring. This all sounds like, no, you can do it. These are the opposite of excuses. Anyways, the conservatory is a stunning showpiece of a room. Surely the expense and trouble to bring this many pans of glass this far north must have been enormous. Doorway to south. Husky older man wearing beaten up denim overalls. Tall broad man with long dark hair and French jacket. Talk to overalls. Talk left man. Talk. Hello, my name's Nancy Mabel, and I'm a mineralogist on assignment from the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm Evan Richards. Look, you and your friend can stay the night, but tomorrow morning Jack will put you on a train back to the city. My boss sent me up here on behalf of the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm a mineralogist. I've got too much on my plate as it is. But with my sister and that lawyer of hers, one mineralogist is already one too many. Hello, my name is Nancy Mabel. How do you do? Hello, Miss Maple. I'm well, thank you. My name is Nathan Cardinal. Oh, yeah, hold on. Evans? Um... There's a literal bridge that eats you when you walk across it unless you cast a spell on it. Just start over, GBA. Hello, Miss Maple. I'm well, thank you. My name is Nathan Cardinal, family friend of Evans. How do you know him? Oh, I don't actually know Mr. Richards at all. Royal Canadian Museum sent me here on assignment. To survey the land and find out if there are diamonds here. Discovery like that would surely make a splash when the museum opens to the public. You're wasting your time, I'm sorry to say. My family has lived in this area for many, many years and have never found diamonds here. Small red garnets are still plentiful, but of little value. Search trash. Sit. Sit down. Flirt. Stand up first. Oh. Flirt, man. This is neither the time nor the place. What? Flirt. Apparently that's a word it recognizes. Open drawer. You open it. Search drawer. Drawer's empty. Close drawer. Huh. Talk to everyone in the lodge. Talk to Albert. I think, who's Albert? I think we talked to everybody. Um, 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 um. Who's Albert? Or you won't be able to stay at the lodge and see those nesting birds. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I like to live life day by day. Rest. You want to sleep right now? What if you miss dinner? Eat almonds. You sit down. Wait for dinner. Stand up first. I don't know who Albert is. I didn't write their name down. Map. Anybody notice me not do anything? Alert. Check. Eat dinner. Talk, Jack. Stove to stove, whipping up what is sure to be a fine meal. Is too busy to talk right now. What is a mudroom? It's the area that like you leave all your like dirty shoes and stuff in, so that you don't track mud everywhere throughout the lodge. They typically, it's like when you first walk in, you'll have like the shoe racks. Very northern. I mean, it's in a lot of public places in Japan as well. It's not really called a mud room, but that's basically what it is. You put your shoes and stuff in there. Little cubbies. What is this? Look at yellow thing. What is this? Look. What is yellow thing on wall? Look at yellow thing on wall. Yeah, shoe trays. Notepad. Who is Albert? That is the only person. Okay, we and Margot. We talked to Kimmy. We've talked to Nessa. We've talked to Corvus. Talked to Nathan. Evan. Hmm. Travis touchdown. Touchdown Deli. Oh, I guess I never went in these rooms. Open door. Look. En-suite bathroom. What a luxury. See a classy Victorian bathtub, a pedestal sink, and a toilet, and a wastepaper basket. Door in the north leads back to the master bedroom. Search trash. Nothing. Sit. Close the door leading out to the master bedroom. Little privacy would be nice. What? What? Did I not try sitting in any? Yeah, I wrote sit, I think. Pretty sure. The boudoir transport used to a fine de Sicile Paris. It's shiny, opulent, perhaps slightly tacky, and very, very pink. Mirrored vanity is the focal point of the room. Exotic perfumes hover in intensity localized clouds that you can almost see. Every movement stirs air currents that bring new scents to your nose. Doorway to the south leads to walk-in closet. Doorway to the north leads back to the master bedroom. Powder compact is on the vanity. See a pretty blonde woman in a fashionable dress. Sit. Talk woman. Hello there, it's nice to meet you. My name's Nancy Maple. This room would also kill me. Pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. I am Margaret. Welcome to the Crimson Lodge. How long will you be staying with us? He was the friend. I'm only here tonight, unfortunately. I was sent here by the Royal Canadian Museum on assignment, but Jack says I'm due to leave on the train tomorrow, according to Mr. Richards' wishes. I see. Sorry I won't be we won't get to know each other better. Ah, wait a minute. Game was auto-saved. Gary Jack calling supper. It's time to head to the dining room. Alert, girl. Stand up. Alert, girl. Oh, this is definitely the time and place. Marcus' walk-in closet is luxuriously appointed. Has an enormous mirror on the wall and an ornate bench in the center of the room. There's a shelf full of footwear, some fancy frocks on hangers, and a selection of elaborate hats. Wardrobe and 2 chests of drawers, surely bursting with more finery. Doorway in the north wall leads back to the boudoir. Put on hat. Take hat. Which hat would you like to take? Take yellow hat. Take the yellow hat down from the shelf, mannequin head and all. Take a close look at the yellow hat, admiring the quality of workmanship. Maybe one day you'll own a hat as fine as this. Put on yellow hat. You're rather fond of your green hat, feel no need to replace it. Look at blue hat. Red silk rose. Take blue hat. Hugo belly. Take the blue hat down from the shelf, mannequin head and all. Just Hugo. Red silk rose on the blue hat is exquisite. Stitching is minute and even. I don't know if Hugo technically has a last name. I guess it would be Belly. Look at purse. Couple lovely purses under the dress. Search purse. Margaret stores her purses. It appears she empties them of all their contents. Put on blue hat. Put on shoes. Take shoes. Margaret's shoes wouldn't fit you. You've always been a bit of a flatfoot. Sit. You sit down. Stand. Now, with that name, what, Fox Live? Look at mirror. Full-length mirror with a silver frame. Must cost a pretty penny. Yeah, that guy's a genius. Dresses wouldn't fit me. What? Dresses are beautifully constructed from fine fabrics. Wardrobe. Wardrobe was full of feather boas and rainbow colors. I don't think Margaret would appreciate me parading around in her things. Or would she? Besides, I doubt I have the panache to pull off wearing one. I've never played Death Standing. Alright, we never found Albert. Albert Wesker. Never doubt your panache. Very true. Whoa! Which one of you is Albert? My goodness, what a lot of company we have tonight. I should have tried to eavesdrop. This is giving me indigestion. This food is giving me indigestion. You're welcome to leave. In fact, please do. Ha, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Not going anywhere until we find out if that diamond came from this land. Blech. Something something, that's what you think. Yeah, that's what we think. That's what I'm here to ensure. Hey you, how long is that gonna take? I begin my field work tomorrow morning. Crimson used to be Garnet Mining Town, right? Yeah, but forget about visiting the mines. The blast of the mine entrance was shut years ago, and they closed it down. Thus the fish had a pickaxe, broke into the mine, swallowed a diamond, and dove back into the river? Yes, I see. I've never even been there. Couldn't tell you where it is. Mr. Richards gets a sour look on his face and digs back into his meal. Looks like he is done with this conversation. Margaret, what a lovely necklace you're wearing. Thank you, mademoiselle. Mr. Richards, he gave it to me. I'm very fond of it. Cheap trinket. Misshapen paste gem in a cheap setting. White garnet, not glass. My Evan, he found it here in Crimson. Didn't you, ma chère? Never mind, Margaret. No one wants to hear about that. Uh-oh. My sapphire brooch. Now this is a real piece of jewelry. Bought it myself. I think they're both quite nice. Nathan, I read in the newspaper that most of the land up here was once parceled out to settlers. Is that how this plot became property of Mr. Richard's father? About 50 years ago, this land was annexed by the government. Various treaties were signed in exchange for preservation of our hunting and fishing rights, and financial compensation. Promises described in those treaties were not honored, by the way. Settlers came, mines were dug, and Crimson was prosperous for a time. But eventually the mines were exhausted. Most settlers abandoned their homesteads and Crimson became a ghost town. Only Mr. Richard and his family remained. Yeah, we liked the peace and quiet. We liked it. I always hated it here. I sure do miss peace and quiet. Nessa and Corvus are the first to excuse themselves from the table. They head to the bar for a nightcap. Albert follows them for a snifter of brandy and one of his cigars. Jack clears away the dishes and goes to the kitchen to wash up. After eating a minuscule portion of supper, Margaret heads upstairs to draw a bath. Kimmy heads upstairs to get ready for bed. Nathan and Evan remain at the table, lingering over their desserts. Candles have burned down a fair bit over the course of the evening, leaving small puddles of wax solidifying on the tablecloth. Well, that was a lovely meal. Yeah, Jack does a good job. Usually I wait for Jack to come clear the dishes, so I can put off getting up. Looks like he's taking longer than usual to clear up, what with all the extra guests. I feel a little responsible for Jack's extra workload. Maybe I ought to give him a hand. He'd appreciate that. About time someone made themselves useful around here. How's this lazy guy? Take dishes. Stand up. You stand up. Take dishes. Knowing Jack will appreciate the help, he began clearing the dishes away. I can get the hint. Jack doesn't want to be up late cleaning up. Fine, we're done here. Thank you, Miss Maple. Thank you. You deal with the dirty dishes. Well done. Well ding. Eavesdrop. You don't hear any voices. Map. Where did they say they were going? The study. Hear voices near the doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Eavesdrop. You hear muffled voices coming from the study door. Open door. Eavesdrop. Voices come in the study. Has stopped talking. Perhaps they notice the door is open. Closed door. Eavesdrop. Take. Wait. Put on hat. Equip invisibility cloak. Eavesdrop. I need like a cup. Got some jelly beans. Take cup. Don't see any drinking glasses. Talk Jack. Hello, Jack. Miss, I'm busy with these dishes. I can't talk right now. Look. Dishes, rough hewn rustic charm, lack of decorations. Fine furnishing implies this room wasn't meant to be seen by the lodge's guests. There are cupboards along the walls and an icebox in the corner. Door in the west wall leads to the main floor hallway. You can see a dining room through the doorway in the south wall, and there's a door through the east wall that leads outside. Dash is that. Yellow fly paper, that's what it is. Take fly paper. Press fly paper out in the shed, but it's too dark to get it now. Let's leave it for tomorrow. Put on hat. Bernadetti. Hear voices near the doorway. Eavesdrop. Bum bum bum. Brandy's not bad, surprisingly. Better watch how much I drink. I might say something I shouldn't. This isn't the worst brandy I've ever drunk. My wife Gabriel is teetotal. No fun at all. Ha, sounds like a barrel of laughs. You said she's a teacher? Yes, she loves the little tots. I loathe children myself. I was basically Evan's mother while we were growing up. I've hated kids ever since. He was such a chubby little whiner. He loved Crimson. Then again, he didn't know any better. Whereas I remembered our real home, back in England. Crimson couldn't compare. Have you any children, Albert? Certainly not. Oh, Albert is the, this guy. We did talk to Albert. For some reason I thought his name was like Richard or something. So do you think there are really diamonds here? Because if there are, I'm going to get my fair share, no matter what. How soon will you know? I cannot say, madam. Tomorrow morning I will begin my field work. My superiors wish me to be thorough. I may be here a while. I hope you know sooner rather than later. I never liked this place, and now I have to watch that harlot fawn all over Evan. It sickens me, watching him get so easily manipulated by her. Then again, he's never been very bright. Good night, madam, Mr. Shaw. Take shovel. Talk people. Good evening, Miss Crab. Trying to enjoy my drink, Miss Mabel. Having a conversation with Mr. Shaw. Leave us be. Can I enjoy this drink in peace? Oh. What room? I need like a eavesdrop tool. How's Chaos's Majora's Mask experience going? I didn't see, he wasn't playing today, was he? Glad to see the water still running. Add something. Well, if he watches the VOD, I doubt he will. If he watches the VOD, I hope you're doing well. Door is locked. Hmm. Oh, hey, what's her name? Hello, Margot. How's the bath? Bonjour, mademoiselle. The water is very soothing on my joints. Perhaps a change in weather is causing me some aches. Hmm. Margot is here. Sit. Was Margot in the room? Are you kidding? Maybe. Um, Powder compact. Reasoning that you could return the powder should Margot need it again, you take the powder from the vanity. Yoink. Hmm. Her name, Kimmy. Hi, Kimmy. Sorry, Nancy. I'm engrossed in this book about double-crested birds. She is really into birds. Need to find some cups, but I'm tired of searching literally every room. Um... Hmm. That probably his hands full of washing up. Maybe that's where I get a cup. Help Jack. Oh, there we go. You help Jack wash the dishes. Thanks, miss. Lots more dishes than usual. Happy to help. Now I gotta go see to Mr. Crab and Mr. Shaw in the bar. Have to make sure they don't drink us dry. And of course, I need to get Mr. Richards his hot toddy. He likes a soothing drink before bed. And I don't want to keep Margaret waiting. Forget about that last one, wouldn't you? Manual save. Hmm. Don't hear any voices. Dang. Wonder how we could have heard the voices. Double dang, now there's nobody here. Never gonna solve the mystery. What? Excuse me. Essa and Corvus stop talking, pointedly avoid looking in your direction. Not very friendly, are they? Eavesdrop. Father's will has to be around here somewhere. Things would be so much easier if we could just find it. If the will can't be found, we might have to proceed as planned. Take our chances. That little gold-digging hussy complicates things, but I'm dealing with her in my own way. Talk about that another time. Good night, Mr. Shaw. Good night, madam. Jack mentioned something about meeting up with Margaret. Should check on them. Maybe in her boudoir. Uh-oh. I forgot which room is hers. Innkeeper's quarters. Your voices. Hear muffled voices in the boudoir, but the speakers are too far from the door to hear clearly. Perhaps you could listen at the door with an item that would help. I can't figure out what to use. Maybe someone else would know. Need like a cup. Needed a cup earlier. We're in the kitchen. This guy is sleeping. Orpheus is asleep. My goodness, no. If folks found you a bit annoying before, you'll never live it down if you start disturbing people's sleep. Nobody finds me annoying. Heavy pots and pans. Pretty blue mug. I needed that like 10 minutes ago. Ceramic mug wouldn't transmit sound very well. Perhaps a similar item would do the trick. Why is everybody heckin' asleep? Can I use every bathroom? Like, question mark. Uh... Maybe I can find more versatile drinking classes in the kitchen. Man, they can make me open, like, everything. Drinking glasses. Drinking glass from the cupboard. These are handy for all sorts of things. Such as eavesdropping. I don't think I could have gotten one of those earlier because the guy was in the way. I'm still not really sure how you would have been able to eavesdrop. Help with the drinking glass, you can hear a conversation behind the boudoir door. Let's have a look. Oh, monsieur, you're wonderfully helpful. Cannot thank you enough. I do what I can. Mon Dieu. Sorry about that, but you know we gotta go slow. The pamphlet says so, right? It does. More's the pity, but I think it's working. There's some muffled cries. Shh, you gotta keep it down, especially tonight. So many ears around. You're right, of course. This must remain our little secret. Voices go silent for a little while. Alright, think we're done here. Gotta skedaddle before Mr. Richards finishes his drink and comes to bed. Of course. Merci, Jack. Your days and nights are so very long. Got that right. And I'm not done yet. Having all these folks in the lodge, gotta work that much harder. Sure they will be gone soon. Everything will be back to normal. I hope so. On you, Jack. Good night. Your footsteps coming toward the door. Thinking quickly, you duck behind the big blue chest. Well done. Waiting a few minutes, Margaret leaves her boudoir and heads downstairs. You manage to sneak across the hall to your bedroom. What a long and intriguing night this has been. Excellent job. Kudos on your thorough investigation technique. Whew, I'm exhausted. What an interesting place this is. Too bad Kimmy and I have to leave on the train tomorrow. Later that night. Oh my god, I'm blind. Chapter 2. Excursions. Oh, Nancy, I'm all ready. Let's go. Wish we could stay here longer. Such an interesting old place and such intriguing folks. I know what you mean. I can see that you need a minute. I'll meet you at the front door. Thanks, Kimmy. What a peculiar place. Game has auto-saved. I'm also going to save. Back home. You sit down. Man. Oh, big stretch. I miss when video games had music. Stand up. How are you doing today, Margaret? Feeling a bit under the weather today, mademoiselle. My body aches a little. Coming down with something, perhaps. Hope you're feeling better soon. Merci. Dang. When will it let me flirt? No VA. I expected no VA because this game is simulating a game from a million years ago. Eavesdrop. Orvis and Nessa can probably tell you're lording outside the door. They've stopped talking. Help with the drinking glass. Evan spends most of his time in the study. It's almost impossible for me to look for the will. Sure, it'll be in there, if it exists at all, of course. Evan is such a lazy, good-for-nothing. Odds are he never wrote one. And he won't get to. I think Evan will have his hands full soon enough. Then I'll get a chance to search the study. Indeed, and I will get started on Plan B. Nessa and Corvus seem to have finished their conversation. Eavesdrop with Cup. Because I get the feeling that maybe your government doesn't want diamonds to be found in Canada. Market competition, eh? So why don't you just get on the train back to Toronto this morning, enjoy the city, and write your report from the comfort of a ritzy hotel? My treat, what do you say? Mr. Richards, I'm appalled at your suggestion. Your man Jack will bring me back to the lodge, else you can expect a visit from the authorities. Fine, but I doubt your bosses will care if your visit is less than hospitable. Got my eye on you, Albert. Uh-oh. You hear heavy steps coming toward you. Thinking quickly, you hurry back to your room as quietly as you can. Woo, that was a close one. I think they're both gone downstairs by now. Woo! Woo! Luggage is locked. The luggage is locked. Nightstand is empty. Wardrobe drawers full of Albert's white shirts, all neatly folded. One of these times there's going to be something in the trash and I'll miss looking through it because I'm tired of looking at things. Ah, Nancy, are you ready to go now? No, I don't think so. No! You and Kimmy follow the dirt path to the carriage house. Find yourself falling behind as you marvel at your surroundings. The first time you're seeing the grounds of the lodge in daylight. You're surrounded by greens of every shade. The trees are taller than most buildings back home. Stand densely in countless numbers as far as your eye can see, swaying slightly in the breeze. As you near the carriage house, you can hear the distant roar of a waterfall. The land feels alive. There you are. Come now. We gotta make this train. Right, let's go. Jack drives you and Kimmy back to the train station. Car ride seems a lot shorter this time, maybe because you can see your surroundings. Wait here, I'm gonna check the telegraph machine in the station. Wait in silence. Early morning and the deserted town is so quiet, it nearly makes your ears ring. You just hear Jack gasp. Jack's taking quite a long time in there. I'm going to check on him. Whoa, hey, I told you to wait outside. Jack looks agitated. He stuffs a strip of telegraph paper tape into his pocket. What's wrong, Jack? Going back to the lodge. Bridge is out. Don't know how long. Oh dear. Oh, by the way, any of you folk know someone named Carl? No, never mind. Alright, hold on. Carl. Why do you ask, Jack? Telegraph in the station for him. It was printed off on the machine after my message, so I cut it and pinned it to the board outside. That's how messages get passed on to people in this area. It's a decent system. Well, I'm going to send a message to my superiors. Wait here. Carl with a K. What happened to the bridge, Jack? An accident. Can't get to Crimson. Looks like we're stuck with you for now. Jack looks over at Kimmy. Looks like you got your wish, eh? But like I said before, leave the birds alone. Kimmy flushes but keeps quiet. Stand in tense, awkward silence until Albert reappears in the train station's doorway. I'm ready. Let's be off. Journey back to the lodge is so rushed and bumpy, there are times where you're afraid you'll bounce right out of the automobile. It's far too noisy to attempt conversation. Albert leans back in his seat, impassive. Kimmy, whom you come to believe was a kind of quiet sort, looks pretty nervous, maybe even a little angry. Jack is mostly silent, white-knuckled hands wrapped around the steering wheel. Realize you don't really know any of these people. Can't let myself be distracted. I have a job to do. When I get back to the lodge, I'm going to start my field work. It's been a long morning. I'm going to put the kettle to boil if any of you want some tea. Hear Jack mutter something under his breath about needing to see Evan. After I fetch my field kit and change into my field clothes, I'll be commencing my field work. Please do not disturb me. I'm going out to get a breath of fresh air. With your luggage. Well, I guess I have my work cut out for me. Still wonder what happened with my kit on the train. Well, I certainly can't dwell on that. To obtain samples, I'll need a few basic tools. Geologist's pick or something similarly sharp and strong. A hammer that, when used with the pick, will help me chip off samples of rock. Small shovel to dig into the riverbed. Oh my god, a shovel. And a streak plate to test the hardness of the minerals I find. Something made of porcelain would do the trick. I think Jack mentioned that birds like to nest off cliff faces. That may be a good place to get a sample. Should also check on Albert's fieldwork. Maybe I can learn a few things. Ooh, hope I can finally do a bit of digging, literally. I don't remember where any of that stuff is. Take vase. Vase looks heavy. Compliments candy dish soda nightlies. What? But that's what it's made of. I have a mug. Do I still have the mug? Ew. Models 361. I stole these things. We were literally leaving. I just stole them. Water still running. As per intended. I only remember where the shovel is. Take shovel. Shovel may be useful, but it's way too big and heavy for me to carry around. Maybe I can find something smaller that would suit my purposes. What? Oh man, it's a shame I forgot where everything is. I'm tempted to pull up a guide at this point, but also trivia is almost done. Voice behind the door, speaking too softly to hear without assistance. Eavesdrop cup. Help the drinking glass. So it's a problem. Could things get any worse? Who could have done it? Who would be capable? Don't know. Burn the tape. Tell no one. Keep an eye out. You got it. Wait a little longer, anxious for more details, straining to hear more of the conversation. What could have Jack learned from the telegraph tape? You're so deep in thought that you fail to hear the footsteps approaching the door. Hey, what do you think you're doing, loitering outside doorways? Get. Eek, sorry. Habba-dabba-dabba-dabba-bum. Dang, the shovel is needed for proper care and maintenance of the fireplace. Maybe I can take my shovel. This is a lovely lodge, Mr. Richards, especially this room. My pa did all this. Had nothing to do with me. Glad you like it, though. Hey, Jack, you look a little bothered. Anything I can help you with? Never you mind, miss, but if you want to busy yourself, I've been missing my ice pick for at least a week. I don't need it right now, but it's just been on my mind, you know? Hmm. Hmm. Literally in front of. Hmm. How would I need it? A pick and a shovel and something else. Porcelain, something. Um. uh, Cane. Dude, what? I'm gonna get scammed at some point because there's something behind one of these doors. What are you still doing here? I thought you'd left this morning. The bridge was damaged, so the trains aren't running. A shame. Well, well, look who's back. Hmm. Nice try, trying to sneak in a question. Where am I supposed to get a shovel? Wait, what is this? Ah, that's just been sitting there the whole time. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess his last name is Kenny. Where? Hello, I'm back. I'm not feeling better. I don't think I'll be coming down for dinner. Sorry to hear that, Margaret. You need to collect a total of 3 samples from outside the lodge. Don't have a scratch plate. Unglazed porcelain. Little shovel for digging. Gardening supplies. Chip samples. A hammer. Porcelain. Okay. I think I need to go outside. Open the door leading out of the mudroom. Ah, it's so lovely out here. Never seen such a sight. The lush green land spreads out in all directions, rambling up and down in gentle hills. You can hear a swift river nearby and bird calls. The air smells fresh and new. Speaking of Tri-Ace, Claude, you said you liked Star Ocean 4, right? Is that you? I was talking about Star Ocean 4 yesterday, and I was like, I think Claude liked that game. apple orchard looks like it's in the process of being harvested. Bright red apples hang in the trees and litter the ground beneath them. You see a bushel and a tree stump with an axe buried in it. You can see the garden shed in the distance to the north. West leads back to the house and south leads to the smokehouse. Don't get any funny ideas, Nancy. Besides, you doubt you could pull it out. Use a well. Oh, it's a basket. The bushel is made of wooden slats and has long handle. Bushel is empty. Suppose Jack's been so busy he hasn't had a chance to pick any apples. Pick apple. You can't do that. Eat apple. I don't have an apple. Wow. These look like those very tart apples that hurt my teeth. Good for pies, but not for eating. We'll take it anyways. There's a garden shed here, as well as a well-tended vegetable patch and a water pump. Bird anemones include a bird bath, bird feeder, and birdhouse. North is an impassable wall of dense forest and bush. East is an impassable wall of dense forest and bush. When you look west, you can see the lodge. When you look south, you can see the orchard. Search bird house. Can't see inside the birdhouse from here. Step on tomatoes. Dang. Birdhouse is mounted on tree. What is this thing? Bird bath, bird feeder. Yeah, that never works. Especially with the bird feeder being so close to the barn thing there. You wouldn't dare take vegetables. Sit. Eat veggie tables. Doesn't look appetizing. What? Use pump. Use isn't used in this game. Look at pump. Blue water pump probably comes in handy for watering the vegetable patch and refilling the bird bath. Water garden. We never dare risk over watering Jack's precious vegetable patch. I don't know. Maybe she's like a carnivore. What's the opposite of vegetarian? We open the door to the garden shed. Whoa. Garden trowels hang by a nail that is nailed into the shelf. Finally, a shovel. Terrific. Now I can dig the riverbank for specimens. Now what else I needed? A pick and something else. Interior of the shed is clean and well organized. There's a table and a stool. A shelf in the back holds various garden tending tools. I think the rope hangs from the nail on the wall. Take rope. Hempen rope. The hempen rope is right laid and 3 strand. What else is in here? I missed lifeline. What even is that? Look. Blue. It's like a water pail. I don't know what that is. The smokehouse is small, but looks like it gets the job done. Grate close to the ceiling is blackened by wood smoke. You can see the orchard to the north, forest clearing to the west, and the river to the south. Ew. Array of smoked meat and fish are hanging to dry and cure. Work table with a deeply scratched work surface against one wall. You see a big bag of salt, a barrel, and a large pot. Take salt. Bag of rock salt is folded closed. Fill pockets with salt. Take meat. Temptation to take the meat and snack on it constantly is very strong. You overcome it. I told you. She's like the opposite of a vegetarian. She only wants meat. Our spot is empty. I don't know what that other thing is. Barrel? Pickle barrel. Much as you enjoy meat, these ones are securely hanging from rods and are too tough to eat with your hands. Eat salt. Pick up salt. Open salt. Open bag. You open the bag of rock salt. Take salt. Scoop up a handful of rock salt. Nice. Close bag. Close bag of rock salt. We were like there was. How do I get out of here? Help! I'm trapped. Ew. Roaring waterfall flows speedily off the encampment. There are mossy rocks by the water that look pretty slippery. Far off to the north, you can just make out the smokehouse. West leads to the jetty. Alright, hold up. Oh, I better be careful not stray too close to the raging river. Who could have seen this coming? You should stick to the slow, safe rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I love the reference. Because I know that reference. Anyways, we're at the end of trivia, so I'm gonna stop here for today.